Hi everyone. So I hope you can hear me and watch the screen properly. So let a few other people join and then I'll start. Can you hear me? Just let me know because this is the first time I'm doing a live video, so I hope it is working. So I'll be using a size 4 brush for this whole petal and whatever I'll be painting today. Okay, great. So you can hear me? That's great. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so now I'll start. So if you you must have seen the reference photo which I posted earlier. So if you look at this flower, it might look difficult, but it's actually beginner level only. Because how I'll do it is first I'll only paint the pink part. So the key to painting is to break down the flower or petal, whatever you are painting, into manageable and easier steps. So first I'm just adding water onto this. If you have any questions, you can ask me, and I'll try to see them as I paint and answer. Sometimes adding the water actually takes more time than the painting part because that is an important step. So I'm painting this in a etcher sketchbook, hot pressed. Because for botanical art, hot pressed is the right paper for painting details, etc. Okay, so now I've added the water, and when I do wet and wet for this flower, I'll just add the pink and green first. I'm not looking at the grey first. So I have the colors mixed in these tiny palettes. I have a pale green, I have a grey, and I have a darker green, but that's mostly for the next petal. Sorry, darker pink, that's for this petal. And I have a brighter pink for the top parts, the veins, the brighter veins, and the green, of course, for the green part. Sorry. So I'll just add some pale pink to this. you have to see in the reference photo that where the color is lighter and where it is darker, because that gives shape and movement to whatever you are painting. If we look at this petal, it is slightly bent, sorry, from or folded, whatever, from this part. So this part is lighter. If you look at the reference photo, this is darker, and this is a mix of dark and light. So I'm just trying to capture that. Now just trying to blend all that color. Now I'm just making sure that I lift the lighter veins before the glaze dries. It's a very pale flower, so I have not started very dark, because in watercolors you can go from light to dark, but it is very difficult to go from dark to light. Always remember that. Just dropping in some color while it's still wet. So now I'll let it dry, because it has started to dry from here. Whenever you're wetting that glaze starts to dry, don't add more color. Let it dry completely, because that will just make it look uneven and patchy. So now since that is drying, let me start painting this one also. This one has a darker pink. I'll add the grey color later, because if you add grey color wet and right in the beginning with another color, it becomes very difficult to control, and you have to be careful with white flowers, because you don't paint the white part, you paint the grey shadows. So I've just broken down that into another step to simplify the process of painting this flower. If you all have any questions, please do feel free to ask me in this video. I think you can ask questions below. Sorry for the traffic noises. There is a road outside. It's a very busy road, especially at this time. So again, to this I'll add the pink color. For this I'll take the darker pink color. This size for brush is really great for painting almost all sizes of subjects. When you paint with watercolors, especially when you paint realistic subjects, after the first layer is completely dry, you can erase the pencil lines because the pencil lines do not add to the realism. So when you don't need them anymore, you can just erase them. But make sure the layer is completely dry when you do that. Hi, thank you. Thank you for your support. So I think this one has started to dry. So let's just leave that. And now on this one, we can now start with the gray. So the thing with grays is if you pre-mix them, like I've pre-mixed this one, I mixed this morning or afternoon. So if you see, it has separated in the palette, and that is obviously not good. But that happens with the gray color when we mix gray color. So what we do before we pick it up, just with your brush, mix it thoroughly on the palette. You can add some water too. So when you pick up the grey color, make sure that it's thoroughly mixed in your palette. Then only pick it up. I'm also adding some water to this because I need a very pale grey for this one. And I'm taking off the excess color because I don't want to go too dark in the beginning. So now this I'm doing wet on dry. I'm not adding any water before. Now I'll just look at my reference photo and add the color. Yeah, ceramic palette. Why I'm using a ceramic palette is because on that the colors mix really well and they don't bead, because if you look mix colors on a plastic palette, you'll see beading and they won't mix thoroughly and they are a bit more difficult to re-wet and reuse. So I find ceramic palettes more easier to use and store my color mixes for a longer time. So that is why I use ceramic palette. I actually started with a huge white dinner plate. I used that as a palette for a long time, and then I bought a proper ceramic palette. So mixing colors on that is really easy, and on that the right color shade is visible in a proper white ceramic palette. You see, this paint is not beady or patchy. It has dried evenly. So that is one major benefit of using a ceramic palette. So sometimes when you add the first layer of gray, it's not visible, and that's okay because building up color is better than going too dark in the beginning with watercolors. So I'm just looking at the photo and seeing the shape in which I need to add the color. Yeah, actually, I the this one I where I bought from, that shop has closed. But this one I'll when I save this video, hopefully Instagram lets me save the recording of the live. I'll mention that in the I'll mention the account from where I bought them. It's a store in Bangalore in India. So I bought it online. I'll tag them and I'll let you know. Okay, when I save this video, because I don't remember their exact handle right now. So I'll just mention that so that you can see. You're welcome. Now let me add some green at the bottom. I've paint sorry, I painted this life sized because if I had enlarged it too much then it would not have fit in the video. But if you are beginner, I suggest drawing it slightly bigger, whatever you are painting. If you are painting a small subject, slightly medium sized, because that will be more easier to paint and practice the techniques, whatever you are painting, whatever botanical subject, because painting too small can be difficult as a beginner. I think for the next live I should choose an afternoon or morning time because there is so much traffic noise at this time. I'm sorry, I did not anticipate that. Now I'll paint in the veins so that I don't lose them. If you paint a vein too dark, you can just take a damp brush and just lighten it like this. This part is slightly in shadow. I'll just add a bit more of the pink over here. After a long time, I'm painting something in vertical orientation. Lately, I've been used to painting in the horizontal orientation. So, now I can build up some more of the gray colors, gray areas of the petal. Thank you. I'm seeing many familiar names in this live. People who have supported my art since years. So that really means a lot. Thank you. And to all the new people here, also welcome and thank you for joining. I plan on doing more live sessions from now on. So if you have anything specific you'd like to see me paint live, let me know. Of course, completing something completely, fully, completing a painting in the live would not be possible. But yeah, I can paint a part of it. Some pencil lines in this have become permanent. So, but this is a sketchbook, so that's okay. But when you're painting something, a final painting, make sure to erase the pencil lines completely after you paint the first layer. I think I'll add a bit more pink in the middle all over. It looks too white right now. Thank you. Actually, this lily used to flower every year, but this year it didn't flower because we had no rain in July and August. So this is actually a photo from last year. So as I said in the beginning also, if you break down the steps into first the pink and then the grey, rather than putting the grey and pink in the first layer, it is beginner friendly, and it can be attempted by beginners also. Hi, my best friend joined the video, so good to see. Let me put in some veins in the middle petal so that it looks more like a petal. Thank you. When there are a lot of veins close together, you can just lightly draw them before as a guide and keep looking at your reference photo. It can become a bit confusing painting in all the veins. Now for the grey ones. This petal has a slight grey edge, so I just add that. Now I think I can lift out some veins in the middle petal with the eradicator brush. In botanical art, contrast is very important because that gives shape and realism to your subject. Now I think it's time to let this petal rest a bit. It's almost done. After this has dried completely, what the next steps would be, just building up some more color wet on dry, fixing up this green part, adding the green and some final veins, the very light veins which are visible in the middle, and then this petal is complete. And more or less that is the way whole process for all the other petals also. And I'll try to save this video if Instagram lets me, so that you can watch it later, and those who could not join can also, or joined late, can also watch it. So now see how this petal looks slightly folded from here because of the light and the dark, the contrast. So that is very important. And now I think, wow, I went over time. Sorry, I said 7:30 and it's past that. So I think I leave it at that. The process is more or less same for all the petals, and this one has to dry and rest a bit before I continue. So I hope this live was helpful and you enjoyed watching me paint live, and I hope to do more of such live videos in the future. So let me know any feedback or any suggestions for future live videos. And so I'll just end this one over here at this stage and let that all dry and rest, and I'll save this video. And thank you so much to everyone who joined. Okay, I'll see you in the next live video. Bye. Have a great day or evening wherever you are. Okay, bye.